So we are on May the 11th, and we're moving forward into this year, 2026, and we are paying attention to the laws of the universe. These are what the messages are through from the dragons. How are you connecting in and following through and understanding? If I could help you to pay attention to be aware of, and gain, understand what your soul is gaining your attention on. This is what the cards are all about. Like, how can you make an incremental step this week to move into a better version of yourself? Um, this is the way that we're moving into being the new human in the new paradigm. How are we operating? How are we moving forwards in things? So, this is advanced soul moving into your new reality, knowing that if I could convince you that there is a much bigger part of you, there is something much bigger than you out there. It is source. It is your soul that is inside you, every single cell in your body, your soul. You are moving forwards and you're moving into the way of operating in a vibrational reality, meaning that you will need to quiet your mind so much more than it is now. You will need to, I mean, a lot of people just talk about sitting in meditation. Well, that's fine. But sitting in meditation means that you've quietened your mind, you've stopped the resistance of what's going on and on and on and on and on in your mind. And you are being aware then of the impulses and the nudges and what's coming through to you. Most people are still going forging full ahead with their full attention and their full force into trying to force something into action, whereas we could just be allowing it, vibrating it all the way through. Sitting in quiet meditation means that you've stopped the chattering of your mind, because if you are full of thoughts, full of doom and gloom, full of worry, there is so much, there's like such a big wall built up in and around you, nothing can get in. One of the main things, the situations that cause this more than anything else is worry about money, worrying about your future, worrying, worrying, worrying. It is so exhausting on the inside of your body. You can feel it in your solar plexus. Everything clamps down, but your mind clamps up as well. It's like this brick wall is so there because this is what you're vibrating and this is what you're putting into your state. This is what you're putting into what you're attracting. So let the cards fall today as they fall for you, to understand what you need to be doing to get through and being able to understand the messages that your soul is trying to gain your attention of, so that she can move you forward. She can take you into a slightly different direction, move you into the new reality, so that you recognize the impulses, you recognize those nudges, the ideas. You might then say, well, how do I know that this is something that's coming from my soul? How do I know that this is a nudge, rather than me just overthinking and thinking, "Oh, there's a solution, oh, there's another solution, oh, there's another solution," which may be coming from your mind. Coming from your soul, you will begin to know, because it's a practice, you will begin to know that it feels very, very, very different. Now, if you've never meditated and managed to get your chattering mind out of the way, we need to be able to then understand how the soul is coming through our body, how we get our yes and our no. And this is what I teach in Manifest with the Dragons, so that you are so clear that the information you're getting, the questions that you have, are coming through from your soul, from source. When it's to do with your business, like, how do I go this way? How do I go that way? Is this the right way to go? What's the offer? What's the price? What's the audience? Where, how am I going to, find a new audience? Like, we work on what's vibrationally coming from you, so that you can put things into your vibration, into your thought pattern, into the stories of your head, because that is absolutely what we need to do. I've I've been listening and following what my soul has guided me to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing the dragon cards. I wouldn't be writing the book, Interview with the Dragon, which is now released and available. These are the messages, these are the channeled interviews that I had with them, all about why it's so important to start moving in this way in this world. Because we're not supposed to just be thinking our way through, like, oh, I think I know what to do. But have you felt it? Have you felt it as your true indication? Have you felt it as an impulse and a nudge that that is the way you should be going? So I'm constantly checking my thoughts. Is this coming from someone? Is this coming from something else? Is this like the global consciousness, the way I'm thinking, or is this coming from source? Now, the more you drop in and the more you connect in and understand where source is coming from, how she's speaking to you, how it's coming through, the better off you'll be. And I don't just mean better off energetically, I mean better off financially, better off in your health, better off in your relationships. Knowing that you can alter your state, I think that's the most important thing that the dragons want to teach you this week, that you get to alter your state. And that is that you are paying attention to the laws of the universe. So the laws of the universe moving forward is that we will break the spell, is that we will claim our power, is that we will create our future. And it means that we are listening to the laws of the universe and we are becoming the vibrational match, which is often a hard thing to kind of imagine. You can think about it here. You might even have thoughts about it. You might have affirmations about it. You may even get some visions, but maybe you're not feeling it. It's like, oh, I've got no idea what that feels like. One of the main things that bothered me most about my business when I was trying to operate from a different way was like, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that looks like, but I knew what it felt like. And if I could get into the feeling of it and tell the story from that perspective, that was all that was needed for your vibration, for your vibration to shift, for it to sort of increase, for it to match where you need to be. Now, most people are coming at this through words, they're coming at it through affirmations, they're coming at it through thoughts. If the feeling was just enough that you just felt good, things were feeling better, if you could find your way to having the number of clients that you wanted. But most people get like, oh, it scuppers their whole their whole being, their whole business when they start thinking about money, number of clients, how many hours do they want to work, what's the dynamic, what's the location of the clients, blah. It just all of that just goes, yeah, and it just becomes impossible. So we need to know whether you're looking at it through a vision, which best for you. If you're looking at it through a story that you're telling, like words and making a story, and I can help you with that, or if you're looking at it from purely from a feeling, from a very, very relaxed, easy state. And sometimes we have to do a bit of reverse engineering so that we get you into that state so that it becomes a movement within you. You get a practice movement within you, like everything's working out right. Everything's working out well for me. Things are going really great. I've got all the customers I need. I've got a steady stream of customers. Like, what's the story that you're telling, but how does it feel in your body? When it comes to manifesting, knowing that you control how you feel means that you have control over everything that you can then attract. So it's becoming aware of that, it's becoming practiced of that, it's becoming au fait with, oh, okay, what am I feeling? Is that coming from me? Is it coming from someone else or is it coming from something else? Did I pick this up from a person? Is this someone else's thought? Because we are very, very, very absorbent unless we're paying attention. And we can walk into a room and we can pick up what someone else is thinking and it just changes our whole attitude. It changes what's happening within our body. So we don't want to be coming at it from that perspective. Think about this. You're scrolling through Facebook, you're scrolling through Instagram, you're picking up other people's energy rather than your own energy and your own belief. It means that we need to do some work lying in your foundations, lying at the base of you. What's your core? Where are you coming from? What are you thinking? How are you making that your architecture? How are you coming from that so that you're seen and heard and felt by your audience? If it's to do with your health, what story are you telling? The thing I say all the time, whatever company I'm in, and I hear something like, oh, change that statement, change the way you want to feel about that. I just can't help it. When I hear somebody saying something that's derogatory or going to bring them down in their energy, I have to let them know that what they're saying is going to help, going to either help them attract something or attract something that they don't want. One of the cards is actually your mind is the most beautiful tool or an incredible wrecking ball. But then again, so are your feelings. If you are going into your day, if you're going into your business and you are producing something, you're creating something, a post or something like that, a story, an article, but deep down in the back of you, it's like, "Oh, nobody's going to read it. Nobody's interested." Guess what's going to happen? That's what's going to happen from the other. Sometimes you have to go and, run another business for a little while. And I've done this with a few people. They've gone and run another business for a little while to sort of help them understand from a very, very quick, basic level how quickly things can change, how rapidly things can change, so that they're attracting in clients that, well, I can do it for that one. How can I do it for this one? Um, the way that you are articulating yourself in your energy, as well as your words and what you feel, and the vision that you hold is really, 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 really cool and really, really important. Game I used to play with my kids. What am I thinking? And they would pick up on the picture or they would pick up on the feeling within me to guide them to what I was thinking. And then I would do it for them. Sometimes when they were smaller, it was all about animals. They could ask yes and no questions. And then at some point, I just go, "Oh, it's a giraffe." And they go, "Oh, mum, it's such a cheat." It's like I picked up the image that they had. And when they were small kids, they'd lose their coat, they'd lose their shoes. And then, "Mum, I can't find my socks, can't find my coat, can't find my bag." I'm like, "I'm sending you an image." "Oh, mum, no, what to tell me?" "I'm sending you an image. I want to train you how you can use your energy and use your thoughts and use picking up people's images to know whether that's for you or for someone else." If you've ever been in somebody's company and you just cannot think straight. I mean, I know I've had this with an ex of mine. I know that when he was really, really, really focused, I was also able to focus, but I was picking up on his thoughts. I also knew if his thoughts were really chaotic, he couldn't explain things, he couldn't focus. I was like, "Whoa, blimey, blimey, what's going on? This is not me." I only understood that later, latterly in our relationship, but I was picking up how he felt because I believed he was a strong character, and he was a strong character. My mum was a strong character, and several of my partners have been strong characters. So I'm just showing you how influenced you are and affected you are by outside influences. My job is to make sure that you are in your energy as much as possible. You are in your energy, you know what you feel like, and then the soul is gaining your attention to what she wants you to point you towards. And that is the whole theme for this week. All right. So if you haven't yet, if you haven't yet, pick your number 1, 2, 3, or 4, because that is what the soul is trying to gain your attention on for this week. As we take the temperature on what's going on the planet, what's going on for you personally, what's going on for you as a human, evolving into this space of becoming more vibrational, altering your frequency, the soul is trying to gain your attention, give you nudges. So let's just work that out and just listen to the cards and what's going on the cards for you this week. Pick your number now, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if you're ready, if you pick number 1, 2, 3, or 4, the soul is trying to gain your attention about the laws of the universe and what little steps you can make this week to alter the way and make your life better and better and better so that you are taking charge of your energy. Remember, knowing if you've altered the way you feel, you are now in control of what you attract. You will then become a match to that. That's what we're working on. And this is what the cards are all about so that you can actually move yourself forward step by step by step. Sometimes you get a repeated card or a repeated dragon coming up, basically to say, this is what you need to concentrate on the most. So let's go forward and pick our first card of the week. I step out of my own way. There we go. So let's get living in the book. So number 40. Number 40. Number 40 is sovereign. Sovereign is the most beautiful, beautiful purple dragon, but she has a very strong message for you this week. A very strong message this week for you as you are making incremental steps. Got a little fly in here. Sovereign, number 40, action mode. How have you decided to radiate and express your essence or self energetically? Now, isn't that exactly what the theme is all about this week, which is what the dragons were trying to tell you as well? Knowing that you can alter the way you feel about something, you can alter it, then means that you have control over every single situation that you are now attracting. Let's see what Sovereign has to say about that. Whatever action mode you have decided to express yourself through, that has you so often on repeat, acting out over and over the same patterns just out of habit, and the necessity to take some form of action, it's to time to take a step back and look at that, all the need for your doing, all the reasons why you're doing, and all that you've been repeatedly doing. Keeping busy with actions just for the sake of being busy are fruitless. Oof. This, you, me, we are the first generation to be doing things in a completely different way. And that's why you keep going back to the old way of doing things, of needing to do something, and you keep being presented with other people who are in the same loop, struggling with the old ways of doing things that are similar to you. We see the human beings very much in addiction to the action mode and will fall into the same old cycles over and over and over again. There is a feeling of genuine fear and guilt without any action. And that is the main culprit. I've got a fly landing on me. And that is the main culprit of this needing to do action. You are looking for action. You are looking for things to do. You're even looking to be told what to do. And that's why so often the mind or the body goes out and it seeks instructions from somewhere else. It's looking for instructions. Your reptile brain is looking for instructions. And that's why so often we pick up and we absorb other information from other people. We are very, very intuitive, but sometimes we're picking up other people's information. We take it as ours and we start acting on their shit rather than our own. Let's see what else has to say. What do I need to do? What do I need to do next? What am I doing wrong? What's my next step? Are the questions that come up over and over and over again. The magic lies in mastering your mind and knowing that your mind can start the creation with a clean, neutral, receptive, empty state, and then enter a mastered, cleared, focus state. This is the only act of doing you need to concentrate on. If you need to do something, do that. Now, this is what Sovereign's talking about, the task that Raphael has us do, laser focus. She is asking us, the action mode you have is that you have decided to radiate and express your essence and self energetically. So you are feeling, you are radiating, you are putting out there what you need to feel the most, what you want to attract. So again, going back to that sentence, knowing that your altered state means that you have control over everything that you attract. That is sovereign this week. So pay attention if that was the card number one that you got for yourself this week. This is a beautiful, beautiful way of living. It does take a lot of practice and it takes you doing things in a very, very different way than you're used to doing things because we are used to taking action on things. My friendly fly, I was doing Reiki at the weekend and the same thing happened. Kept landing. And all I asked the fly to do was not land on the skin so that I could carry on doing the Reiki and the person wouldn't be interrupted. Okay. So now we're coming into card number two of the incremental step. If you chose card number two, this is what you need to be doing. Okay, number 14, Tara. All right, very quickly came into focus there. So the theme this week is knowing that you are in an altered state means that you are in control of everything that you attract. That light on. So the consequences of holding on to that energy and vibration you feel in your body. There are huge consequences when you are holding on to an energy out of pattern and out of habit. That goes along with the other card, as in the message of you doing, 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 doing. But this is a doing as well. If you are in the consciousness of holding on to an energy, like I believe that this is who I am, I believe that I need to act like this, I believe that, I need to just do things like that, is a very strong addiction, but it will have a consequences on the inside of your body and what actually you are attracting and what comes towards you. That's what we need to talk about today. There are huge consequences to the energy you have chosen to experience. Physical, mental, emotional, financial, and the very air around you changes when you decide to observe what you can and what you can let go of. Be curious and willing to graciously accept all that comes your way. You have been given an opportunity to receive a message when you experience a feeling or a symptom rise up. Now, this can be a nudge. This can be the nudges that you've been looking for. Allow this to flood into your body with the experience that is there for you. Listen closely to the message. So again, this week has all been about quietening your mind so that you can receive the messages. Allow the messages, the guidance to come in from your soul. Your soul knows what to do. The fact is, you're not listening. You're so busy worrying and thinking and planning and that the messages cannot come through. So allow this to flood your body with the experience that is there for you. Listen closely for the message. There are huge consequences from what you choose to think and feel. Consequences that have a chain reaction and a knock-on effect on you physically and mentally. The very chemicals and hormones that are released from those specific thoughts and feelings. You and all humans have had the habit to only identify with certain familiar feelings and not others. It is because a personal pattern to attach a personal story onto a feeling, and then that energy state gets hooked in. You believe it's yours. You believe it's your identity. And it creates a familiar flow of chemicals and energy relating to that frequent feeling. Many times you try to make sense of what you feel and you go on to analyze it deep down. You look at it again, you feel it again, you tell a story again, you look at it again, you feel it again, you analyze it further, you feel it again. So you keep digging and digging and digging, but you're in the same vibration. And so the only thing that can happen is the same thing will happen. If you keep thinking the same things, you'll keep getting the same reactions. You're giving form to something that could have easily passed. Imagine that something's going on in your life, a scenario, and you know that you are somehow attracting that into your life. Imagine then that because you keep looking at it and analyzing it, telling all your friends about it, that means you are just keeping on bringing that and attracting that back into your life. You have created that then into form because you keep thinking about it and you keep feeling it and you keep feeling disgruntled or whatever, complaining about it. You keep bringing that back into your life. Watch as this same energy state gets stuck on repeat from negative thinking and feelings, then allows the energy to take on density of its own and it creates form. It creates its own entity within you. When you get sick or when you have a physical symptom, it is because you have been repeating a story. You've been repeating a feeling of disgruntled or anger or whatever it is, and it creates form on your body. It doesn't matter how many osteopathic or kinesiology or whatever sessions you go to, the only thing that I know that releases it is kind of like Reiki, because it moves the energy out of the body. It's not working on a physical level, it's going to the root of the cause. Where did I get to? The negative lower thinking energy state feels stale, slow moving, dense, and it makes the same routine tracks around the body that go on to create its own reality after some time become a troublesome symptom. This is the consequence of the energy state when you go into it regularly. Consequently, a problematic symptom arises due to the familiar energy and all the chemicals released and energy pathways that run around your body from your repeated negative stories and unresolved beliefs. These have become your normal, recognizable state, a narrow bandwidth that you live in. And you have become unconditionally addicted to the energy that you recognize as your normal state. The more of these stories and feelings and triggered and repeated, the more of the chemicals and the energy go on to create your persistent symptom. A physical or mental symptom, or even an environmental situation or a financial one, or a drama are all created from your habitual thoughts and feelings. So that was going back to the part of the message in the original talk that I did at the beginning about knowing that you alter the way you feel and sees that you have control of everything that you attract. If you knew what you were feeling, and most people don't even know what they're saying. Most people don't know what they're feeling. But as soon as you do, you're like, oh, I've attracted that. That's why that came to me. You will see it so, so clear, and it is a practice to keep getting out of it. And that's what Manifest with the Dragons is all about. Mostly to do with, the way you're thinking, the way you're feeling, how you put things into action, how you put the steps out there. And it is my birthday, and I'm doing this week in May 50% off Manifest with the Dragons. It's 3 months, 12 weeks. You'll have all the videos, but you'll also have me to really read into and channel for you and show you where you are locked into those particular feelings, those thoughts, those stories, and I will channel for you what needs to come out instead. So that was card number 2 this week. Wow. Wow. This is very, very interesting. It's totally and utterly what I believe. I absolutely believe that you create your own reality, that you are the creator. The world responds to you. But it can be tricky dicky, to alter your state and alter the way that you look at things and alter your patterns and alter your habits because we get addicted to them. So let's go in. I put jasmine perfume on this morning. Oh, it's lovely. Let's go in and look at card number 3 now and see what the message is for there. So the theme this week is you know that when you alter your state, you have control over everything that you attract. Sometimes they take a little while to jump out. My God, I love this card. Thank you so much. This is Bloom. Need my glasses. Number 45, Bloom. She's an absolute wizard. So she has come in as card number 3 this week with a very, very, very strong message. So remembering your altered state is what you are in control of and what you will then attract into your life. Her message this week, number 45, Bloom, make it your quest to live with your heart rejoicing. So many people, when I speak to them, I say, what have you done for fun recently? What have you done for fun? Was that fun? And they're like, oh my God, Fiona, this is so embarrassing. I don't think I've ever done anything for fun. I can't remember the last time I had fun. Bloom is here to say, oh my God, can we not create with a more playful, joyful heart? So let's read and see what she wants to say to us this week about this. Remember, we're taking incremental steps this week because your soul is trying to grab your attention. Mine too. You may find that reaching a heart rejoicing seems far, far, far away right now, especially if you're going through shit, if you're going through, gosh, I don't know, financial, relationship breakups, moving house, work, yeah, health, whatever. Don't cave into these objections. Experience with the idea from different directions. Get caught up in a moment when your heart fluttered open and you could not hold it in any longer, and you had to demonstrate what you were feeling with an action that matched the frequency of feeling that you were experiencing. For example, if you were to feel fun, if you were really to really, really feel fun, you would like your arms would just fling out to the side and you're, yeah, that's fun. It's not drinking a glass of wine and having a chat with someone. Like, that's friendly, that's fine, but like, this is fun. So there are moments forgotten that lie hidden and buried under the debris of living in the seriousness of the survival energy that you have come so used to, and that you can take your normal everyday setting program. These mundane feelings can simply dissolve away when you conjure up moments when you felt in love with someone, or were in a special place, or were with an innocent child or puppy with your heart rejoicing. Seek out these moments and make this your quest. Keep exploring these moments to make sure that you feel and you can seep it in, saturate that into yourself. And these will allow them to permeate your heart and mind and explore some more. You will naturally find moments when more moments have your heart rejoicing. The more you tune into one, the next one will come along, the next one will come along, the next one will come along. You've got to excuse me. Taking it all in the fun of the day, I had to sign for something. So there we go. That was Bloom, by the way. That was card number three. She is here to make you remember to have your heart absolutely rejoicing every single step of the way. I know that when I feel love for something, I'm enjoying something, I want to take photographs of the flowers, I'm moved, everything looks brilliant, everything looks fantastic. That is when your heart is rejoicing, and that is in your most attractive state. These are, so these messages every single week are here because your soul is grabbing your attention. She's saying, make these little changes, and this is the grabbing your attention of how the universe works around you, how the energy works around you, how your frequency changes, what can actually be happening for you when you change the shift of how you feel about things. So the theme this week: when you alter your state, you then have control of what you are attracting. So these are the cards this week. Card number four. Okay, and before we go into card number four, I want to just say happy birthday to me this week. And manifesting with the dragons, I'm doing at 999. It is less than 50, this is more than 50% off, less than half price. And I'm looking for three people to take that on. It is 12 weeks learning how to manifest, learning how to change how you feel, learning how to change the thoughts in your head. How can we move forward so that we are operating with the laws of the universe? We're listening to our soul. We are seeing the nudges. We're seeing the ideas come up, and we're understanding that's what it is. That's how I want to live. So that is birthday present from me to you. Three people are going to get in to Manifest with the Dragons for 999, which is an amazing price for everything that is in there and how you will change and how you will evolve in that space. So let me know. Put your name down. Come in. Your name's on the list. You're coming in. So card number four. Let's move on to card number four. Changing your state. Sometimes, flies do act like that. When you are in the conduit, when you are, so like always when I'm doing Reiki, there's always a fly. And I have to talk to the fly and I have to say, please don't land on the skin, land on the cloth, land on the clothing. And they do tend to listen. But when I'm doing these readings, often I do get a fly that lands on there. And yeah, because you're in the conduit. Card number four for this week. There we go. Oh, and what was I just talking about? And what was I just saying? I was saying that we have a hidden power circuit. We are the conduit, and this is Utopia telling us align with the life force energy constantly running through you. And if a fly lands on you, then she wants to be in that conduit as well. Number 61, Utopia. Utopia is the sunniest. She will never land on the planet ever again in the same way because she is controlling how she feels and how she is responding to life. She's in control. She is have control over what she's attracting. There you go, said it. You have immense power available to you, and you have already caught glimpses of it, manifested into the material world and created form into certain items, certain people, opportunities, and events just by focused thought and knowing the exact energy and the next actions needed. Now, that what this week is all about. You are a powerful creator and tuned into the energy circuit of life force energy in a physical body now tethered between the heavens and the skies and the earth and the oceans. You have access to the grounded energy of magic from the earth. Just as you can easily access cosmic energy and infinite intelligence, there is a powerful circuit of which you are part. Like a battery, you are charged by its connection and flow of energy that can easily traverse through you, passing in and out just as easily as your breath enters and exits you. Like just imagine you've just got all this energy, you've got access to all of it in the conduit. Maybe you'll see yourself tethered on a golden silver harp string of life force energy that runs through the center of you from head to toe and rapidly back and forth, reaching up from your head and into the heavens and down to your feet, down to the core in an never-ending circuit like your breath. It's never ending. It just loops. So that's the energy field that you are in all the time, but it depends on how you're feeling and what you're thinking as to how it will then respond and radiate for you. So many things you sense and pick up on are already being attached and tuned into this running circuit, yet you get to know that there is more to be claimed. For now, I am sure you can feel the atmosphere change in a room. You can feel another person's mood or thoughts, or a place a specific energy and a frequency vibrating inside you. You can now easily decipher the name, the energy that you feel. The energy that you feel is a match to where it might be coming from and who. You can ask your body as a barometer and your soul as your guide, is this the energy that I'm feeling mine? Is it yours? Is it someone else's? Is it coming from source? What's the message in the energy? So we were talking earlier on about how absorbent we are, like we are influenced very much by other people's thoughts, other people's actions, other people's feelings. So we need to become incredibly strong at knowing what we feel like, what we need to feel. And this is what we do in Manifest with the Dragons. We make sure that what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're focusing on, the outcomes that you want are yours. You're not picking up someone else's desires and actions. You are a more powerful being when you know what you are sensing, and being aware of which helps you understand yourself really well and understand the others around you. Knowing you are sensitive and empathic and that you are picking up on feelings from other people or places. And at any time you can choose to come back home, zoom, come back to your safe place, zoom, pause and experience neutrality. Remember how you feel, thus consciously aware that these are the feelings you experience are being triggered from somewhere else. And from that neutral state, you then decide, what do I want to feel instead? What is it that I want to feel instead? It is you who will make the choice when you are in the room with somebody or in the presence of somebody and that you don't want to feel this specific energy. It is you who will make the choice that you can be in your own energy and it's okay. You can feel safe to stand next to the person as your arch nemesis and still feel rather confident, powerful, unaffected, or influenced by their surrounding energy. So these are the powerful messages for you this week. Every single week, it is your soul that's giving you, is asking for your attention. Asking for your attention. And this is what we concentrate on in Manifest with the Dragons. We are listening to what your soul and how she is guiding you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you very much. I know that time is very precious because we like to do an awful lot. The messages this week are all stem from The soul wants to gain your attention about the laws of the universe, how we are to move forward using our energy, our thoughts, our feelings. They are advancing you into being someone who can alter energy, knowing that you're altered. When you alter your state, you have full control of everything then that is attracted into your life. What you offer up vibrationally will come back to you. The world responds to you. This is the message every single week. And it's like, how are you responding to that? How are you then operating from that in a very, very different way? Take time to act on the messages that you are receiving. And don't forget, my birthday wish is that you have the access to Manifest with the Dragons. There are 3 places available for the next 12 weeks at $999. Okay? That is the gift that I am giving. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being available, listening to the dragons, listening to what your soul wants to grab your attention of. If you're not listening to this, then you're probably addicted to your thoughts and none of this will make any sense to you at all. So just keep on scrolling until one day you start screaming, why is this happening to me? And that will be your indicator. Thank you so much for being here. I love you to the moon and back, and I want the best for you, and I want you to start creating your own future.